I'm J. Harvey Lewis, and thanks once again for joining me on my channel. It's great to have you here, and today's video is going to be a little different because I'm going to be going into my personal story of like what got this guy over here. You might be thinking, why would he throw it all on the line and go on a crazy road trip across the country? He mentioned some app, said he doesn't really have that great of a car, it's got a lot of miles on it, and doesn't really have that much money left, and doesn't really have like enough connections to make something big happen. Like, what's inspiring him to do that? Is it just craziness? Well, there's probably a little of that, but I think we're at a place in history where there's a lot of madness happening and people don't see it as madness, you know. So you've got people living in these ways that are, you know, completely self-destructive, you know, from the food to being over-medicated, to trashing the environment, which is our home, which eventually goes back into the food chain. You know, with the plastic in the ocean, it comes back to you if you're eating fish who are living in that. They eat it, it gets into their tissues, and, you know, so we all know that there's these huge problems. And, you know, the app that I've been working on, NatureHub, is all about trying to connect people with good intentions so that people can vote with their dollar more, support those organizations and businesses that are kind of empowering others to live in a way that's less destructive and hopefully is healing. So anyway, going into my story, when I was 19, I lost my father to lung cancer, and it was Christmas morning, and I'll never forget. And here, let me just show you a picture of my dad. His name was Harvey, and that's actually why I go by my middle name, kind of, for this channel. It's J. Harvey Lewis. My first name is Justin, but I'm just going with J. Harvey Lewis, kind of in honor of my dad, to kind of remind me why I got doing this. So, you know, as I'm watching my dad, I mean, you can kind of picture it. I'm wearing his hat. I'm sitting in his chair. I watched him get sick and, you know, lose all his hair, become very weak, in pain all the time in this chair. And he didn't just get cancer and die. He suffered for many years. And, you know, a lot of that comes from the way he was treating his body, the types of foods he was eating. And, you know, when he was a kid, cigarette companies actually saying, hey, don't worry about it, cigarettes are actually good for you, so just keep smoking. You know, so we are coming a long way, but, you know, with cancer rates being 50% for men, you know, 50% of men expected to get cancer, 33% of women expected to get cancer, all these health problems just going crazy. You know, I feel like it's just a life and death decision here. Like, I don't feel like I have any other choice but to take a crazy path. You know, it's the 30th year anniversary of Tiananmen Square, and you know, I was just watching an interview. I'm going to put it in the notes of one of the student activists that was basically like, yeah, we knew that there was a really good chance that we were going to die. Tanks standing in front of us, people getting gunned down, but we knew this was the right thing to do, and so we were willing to take the risk for it. You know, and I'm not here to criticize governments per se. I think every government has had massacres in their past. If you're in a country that hasn't, you know, that's amazing, and hopefully, you know, the other countries can learn from your piece. But I just wanted to bring that up because it's inspiring. It's inspiring because there's a big job to do, and we do have to at some point take a risk. And I hope that if you're sitting there and you've gotten to this point in life where you're just like, man, I'd like to do this, but I'm gonna just take the safe way. I'm gonna take the less risky way because I don't want to get hurt. Well, you know, I understand that, but there's also a point to where we've got to change things. You know, we have the tools to make the world a better place, so let's just do it. So I painted this picture of myself kind of right after my dad died. This was like me in warrior mode. I'm like the tribal version of me. I do have a little bit of Native American in me, but and then I painted this of my dad a few years after that. He's a really inspiring guy. He taught me my love of nature, taught me to appreciate it anyway. And so I guess going back to him dying of lung cancer, that was such a tragic thing to happen to me, and at the same time, it's happening to so many people. Who doesn't know somebody that has died of lung cancer or some other type of cancer? It's a serious problem. It's a health epidemic. And so as I went about my life, I was kind of searching for ways to prevent myself from getting cancer. I was afraid. And I started making hot sauce. And my hot sauce was called Hot Jelly Jam. I said it was #1 in Japan just to try to get people to buy it. And they did. But it was really hard to make that business work in a small town. I was trying to deliver natural, really quality ingredients, spicy peppers, garlic, both known to have anti-cancer properties. Just trying to educate people about that. Eventually, I became so poor in the process of trying to get this business going that I started helping to manage markets, and I just saw this huge need. So many other like-minded entrepreneurs trying to do something that was higher quality food, like help people to live better, or better for the environment. And I saw a lot of people searching for that. They would come to the store, to the farmer's market as customers, looking for, I wish I could just find this in the stores. And we are seeing a trend happening where it is becoming more of a mainstream thing, but it's still not happening fast enough. And we don't want to give the power of this over to the big corporations to do this, who have, in many cases, created a lot of the problems that we're facing. So it's time for the next generation of businesses to take the baton. They've a lot of these corporations have fallen on the road, and we're going to pick that up, and we're going to take humanity where it belongs. And so, moving forward a few more years, I just put it together. We need a platform that can connect all these people and all these businesses that are trying to do the right thing. So that's all NatureHub is really about. And I hope you'll look it up in the store. It's NatureHub, one word. It's in the Google Store or the Apple Store, and it's only for mobile devices at the moment. Once we have enough funding, we are going to expand that into a web-based platform, and we're going to be adding features as it goes along. So if you check it out, just keep that in mind. Your support keeps us going, keeps us growing. And we really want you to be part of our journey and our mission. And so I just wanted to share that with you. Why am I doing this? It goes back to kind of a dark story, a dark time in my life where, years have gone by. I didn't know what was going on. But now I do. Now I know for sure that it's worth it to take the risk. And I found so many times in life, it's like you're running in a desert. You're just running. And it looks like there's a big wall that you're about to hit. There's probably an oasis behind it at some point, and you're trying to you have to get, to sustenance. You've got a mission, and you just, you keep going. Instead of turning back, you just keep going, because you've already been back. And once you get up to that wall, you find out that there's actually a door in there, or there's a ramp. You couldn't see it when you were far away. And so I think it's important to just pursue good things with good expectations, and the doors will open, Ask, seek, knock, and instead of just sitting back and saying, it's too hard. The world's falling apart, but it's too hard. Now, I'm not gonna save the world. You're not gonna save the world, but together we have what it takes to start rebuilding things in the correct way. And so, anyway, I am so privileged that you're joining me, and we're gonna have a really good time on the road trip. So I just had to get this conversation out of the way so that you understood where I'm coming from, and I'd love to hear about your stories and what drives you. What are the things that you want to do? And I hope that you're inspired to do those things. And yeah, we're gonna make some good things happen. Anyway, I'm Jay Harvey Lewis. Thanks a lot for checking out my channel. And in the next video, we're actually going to be announcing a little bit of a contest. So there's that. And anyway, so definitely subscribe, share this video with people you know if you feel like this video is something they need to hear. And I will be seeing you very shortly. Bye-bye.